Fuck. I wasn't streaming to Twitch this entire time. I've went 20 minutes without. Yo, I'm having like 10. My brain is melted. Holy shit. No, you guys don't understand. This week has been crazy. Well, I guess I have to go through my entire explanation of each season. Basically, I'm behind on a lot of things involving the seasons. Hold up. I think there's a better website to read manga on that I just don't. I know I don't read manga often, but I know I have an app that's better because you can actually track what's going on. But Manga Dex is good. Oh, yeah. It's called Weep Central. I've used it in the past, I think, before when I was like talking about some of the winter anime. But yeah, no. Basically, I've been a little behind on these seasons, so this is like the first time I'm mostly caught up with these shows, and I can like actually talk about everything going on. But I was talking about how every single day, like for like the last couple of days, I've woken up, watched anime, gone out, and then you know watched anime again. It's been a constant cycle. I changed the name of these tiers. This isn't the accurate placing of each anime that I've done so far. It's changing. But yeah, we'll see. But the reason we're on Daemons was because someone in chat asked, what was the best anime of the season? I said it's Daemons of the Shadow World, and I he also said that it was Witch Hat Atelier, and I said I'm behind on Witch Hat Atelier. Lunchbox. I don't think I've seen you in chat before. Watch it in 1.12.5 speed. I think there was like a point in time where I used to do that with like certain animes because I was like, ugh, I don't like 1.5 is when it gets boring. But I've just learned to like power through it, honestly. It's weird. I try to watch it. Like one of these animes I'm going to talk about later on stream, I fucking hated most of my experience with it, but I still just like put up with it, and it was half of the reason was because I was actually recording it for a video. We'll get to that later. But yeah, it's nice to have you around, Lunchbox. Uh, we have a lot to cover. So I hope that you enjoy it, and there's actually going to be something interesting later on, for the stream that is going to be a first. That is also going to be a pretty unique experience, I feel. So yeah, this has definitely been. Oh, not fucking library. No. Start reading. I need to figure out what chapter this is. Oh, this is not. This is not English. Are they all? What language is this? Yo, where's Silk at? Probably dead. Yo, this is not my chapter. Realistically, if this is like uh episode 7, so probably like chapter 20 maybe. What the fuck is happening, bro? Unless these are like long ass chapters. Okay. That's a little off. It was, chapter 9. I was close. I was close. Damn. So, yeah, I guess this was, like, a monthly release then, or maybe just, like, slow release schedule. I'm just not fucking no. It does do you only associate me with Yosuga no Sora? That's the thing that bro, am I just the Yosuga no Sora guy? Where is Classroom of the Elite first? Okay, we'll just get this out of the way. Classroom of the Elite is not priority. Shit is not priority, bro. I don't know what it is about it. I just can't force myself to watch it. I binged every anime here. At some point, I binged because I was so behind, and Classroom of the Elite was never on my fucking mind whatsoever. Cause like no. I talked about it a little bit in like past streams, but I've watched up to like season 4 of Classroom of the Elite. That's where we're at right now. And I've not been interested in keeping up with it whatsoever. Like I'm not gonna lie. Class when I was telling you about how I used to watch anime at like 1.5 speed, Classroom of the Elite was that fucking anime. I'd like that was just one of those. It was also Rent a Girlfriend, which is why it's in no. But that's on evidence with evidence was Rent a Girlfriend. I did that with like Rent a Girlfriend 2 and 3 just to like get a video out. I did find my some interest with the show, but it's not something I'd watch 40 episodes of normally. Uh Ramparts of Ice caught up, bro. I'm so addicted to this shit. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, at the Anime Awards, fucking Soul Leveling was one of them. Soul Leveling was what? Like what? Best MC? Did what? It fucking lost to Mau Mau, right? It lost to Mau Mau, an actual like goat of MCs, right? Um. So here's the thing. I found out like someone was talking about the Crunchyroll Awards, and they said that the Crunchyroll Awards is kind of like just meant to push the mainstream shit because essentially how it works is that it makes no sense to do the Crunchyroll Awards in Japan only because of the fact that when they're recording in Japan, or like the fact that they're recording in Japan makes no sense because Japan has actually banned Crunchyroll from doing streaming rights over there. So that means that their demographic isn't even like Japanese people. It's mostly people in the West. So they are purposely making it so that like most people who aren't like awake during these streams to like do anything like maybe boycott. I mean there's no evidence towards why they do it, but that's just an assumption that they could be doing it to like prevent any like boycott it, you know, or like do anything that would protest certain categories winning, like fucking Genu for best MC. So I like what is it? Last year I stayed up. I streamed myself like watching the crunch. The reason I didn't do it was because I knew I wasn't gonna be satisfied with whatever happened, or like care that much, and I didn't feel like staying up till like 3 in the morning again. Or waking up at 3 in the morning. Because last time I woke up at 3 and I was like an hour late. That's how bullshit it is just staying up for these awards. Yes, bro. I got fucking rage baited. Let me tell you, I got fucking rage baited. So let me tell you something. I was calling with my cousin recently, and he talked about. For context, my cousin hates JoJo. He hates JoJo. Like his reason for hating JoJo is that it's weird and it makes no sense. Motherfucker's only watched 2 episodes, by the way. I should clarify that. He's only watched like 2 episodes. And he has the fucking audacity to say JoJo's is worse than Solo Leveling. It's like, there, I said it. I'm cooking. Like, ooh, my thing is so good. Solo Leveling better. I fucking crashed out. Bro, Solo Leveling doesn't hold a fucking candle, a flame, a spark to JoJo's. Do not, like, I will never, ever, ever fucking disrespect JoJo's by comparing it to some shit like Solo Leveling. Ever, bro. Call me a JoJo Glazer all you want, but I have respect for that fucking shit. He said that. He said that shit with full confidence. Only seen 2 episodes of JoJo's and said that Solo Leveling was worse. That's what I'm saying, bro. Solo level, saying Solo Leveling is better than JoJo's is fucking wild. Listen, if you like Solo Leveling, whatever, bro. Do not be fucking comparing it to JoJo's. Come on, bro. We cannot be serious. Okay. I got stuck inside. Yo, we need to stop talking about Solo Leveling in chat, bro. Like, I think I'm just being rage baited every single fucking time it gets brought up. No, Quanti, I'm not debating your ass, bro. I'm not debating your ass about this shit. Okay. The thing about Phantom Blood, I kind of talked about it a little bit, but I can understand why people don't care for Phantom Blood. But I feel like when you go further into JoJo's, so much more meaning gets added to it between Jonathan and Dio's like whole what is it? Their chemistry and the way that they alter the universe. Like, I talked about it, but thinking about how if George Joestar never ever got into that carriage accident and misunderstood Dario, none of JoJo's would have happened. And that's crazy to think about. Like the butterfly effect is crazy. JoJo Fridays is being pushed to July because I'm too busy every Fridays next June, so I had to like push it back. But that yeah. So I think that I can understand why on the first time watch because I'll admit it. When I first got into JoJo's, I was one of those people that skipped to part 3 because that's what I was told to do. But I did eventually end up going back to part 1 and 2, and I've actually watched part 1 and 2 like 3 times each. Like, I've made up for my sins in the past. And I actually think that I tend to enjoy part 2 more than part 3. That's off topic. And I think that when you get further into I feel like it's just one of those shows where it just gets better with time because even like the flaws of each part are minimized because Araki gets better as a writer. Now I don't think that it means that JoJo's gets better with each season. It's just that Araki becomes more experienced and you get like a new taste of you get a new experience with JoJo's every time. If Joseph never had jumped over a fake car, we wouldn't have Josuke. Yeah. But yeah, that's just one of those things where like I don't know. Like Solo Leveling has failed to impress me a little bit with like the way it presents itself, but like I said, not touching Solo Leveling, not touching Solo Leveling. Um yeah. Which had Talier. So there's a reason why I'm behind. I talked about it a little bit, but specifically with the Angel Next Door, which had Talier, Nakamura, like everything I've watched on Crunchyroll, the reason I fell behind was because I recently my sister stopped paying for the Crunchyroll account because of multiple reasons involving Crunchyroll as a company. So we ended up like I was like, yeah, that's completely fair. So I've been like making the transition from having Crunchyroll as a streaming service to now working with like or like working on watching it with different streaming services. And I have to kind of like have I caught up to ReZero? Unfortunately, I've not seen ReZero. It's one of those animes where I have like I want to like watch it, but it's like a big time commitment. Like how many episodes is ReZero? It's like 4 seasons, right? I could have just said 85. Oof, that's longer than I thought. Holy shit. Yeah, no, like I didn't even realize it was this long. It's one of those things that I want to get into it, but it is so hard. It's so hard. Yeah, no, I get it. Crunchyroll is so ass. The only reason I liked Crunchyroll was because I personally like having everything organized in one place. And the thing is, there is one anime service that I was using that I am using to keep all my anime organized, but the thing is, the servers in it are low key kinda ass. Like, the servers are so slow and they lag a lot, so it's like every single time I have to use that website to keep track of all the anime I'm watching this season, and then I have to go to another one in order to, like, actually watch it, and it makes the experience of trying to watch different shows so much more of, like, a hassle than just like, "Oh, let me just go onto Crunchyroll and then press the episode." But I will say, like, I'll probably get used to it by the time, like, the summer season starts rolling in and I have to start making my list on, like, what anime I'm watching. Nah, I'm missing out. I don't know, man. Like like I said, the only reason why it's also hard for me is because although I know ReZero is really good, I've heard many things about it, and, like, Subaru as a character, I've been told has a lot of depth and, like, another issue is that I really have a hard time getting into the isekai genre. Like, a lot of people at some point in time, there's this pattern where eventually, like, when you get so into the anime realm, there's a point in time when you get, like, into the isekai genre. I never had that phase. Like, I'm purely just a romance slop guy, and occasionally, there are other things that catch my interest from time to time, but isekai is just one of those things where it's consistently been my least favorite genre in, like, all of anime that I've watched. So it's like, I worry that certain, like, ReZero will fall into certain tropes, but I don't know. I definitely feel like I need to get into it one day, and I probably will binge it. It's just one of those things where I don't see it being this season, and I'm probably gonna end up putting it off to, like, the final season instead of just waiting, but I don't know. At least I stopped with fucking Rent a Girlfriend, okay? I gotta get some props. I'm done with Rent a Girlfriend. Oh, right, yeah, vending machine. I remember when this anime first dropped and, like, I was just like, "What the fuck are we doing?" I got, like, 6 episodes in, and then I just couldn't watch it anymore. Season 3, I can't believe we're at a season 3. I actually have a Konosuba poster. I Konosuba was one of the first anime I really watched. The issue was, uh yeah, but you have to understand, like, when Mashoko Tensei was, like, around, it was because it was my friend's favorite anime, and there was only 1 season. So, I got into it pretty early. ReZero has 10 years worth of, episode count for it. It's very dark. Oh, yeah, I've heard. I remember hearing that for the opening when they were doing, like, the Aura staircase. The one of the animators had to talk about his to his coworkers about how this meme was, like, really popular. Alright. So, which hat Atelier is going into the category of missed a few episodes? Uh, I think it's just one of those things where, you know, I like missing a few episodes only because of the fact that it's one of those shows where it feels better to watch it in progression rather than waiting. So, I think that I just haven't thought about watching it. Un- like maybe I'll probably watch the rest of the two episodes I'm missing. Uh, like after this stream, maybe it depends on how much time's left. Really, that same cousin I told you guys about that said that solo leveling is like better than JoJo's. He also said that he did not like Subaru. I forgot because like he complains too much or something. I forgot. I don't know the context at all, but I know that's like a take that's not popular. That's all I know about it. Mm. I also feel like sometimes I have a harder time getting into, like, darker shows. Like, I don't mind them, but they're not my cup of tea. Like, I won't be like, "Ooh, I need to find the shit to kill me mentally." Like, some of those people who, like, just I don't know. Those people scare me a little bit. They're like, "I need some soul-crushing shit. I wanna cry." Like, I think, like, there are obviously shows that are very good at doing that because of, like, the emotions they bring, but I don't know. I've never been the type to be like, "Oh, yeah, I need to cry." Like, I'm the type of guy that be like, I need to be kicking my feet when I see 2 people hold hands. It has funny and good moments too, I would assume. It would be weird if it didn't have those moments and it had such a long episode count. Uh, which had Taylor? I low key think Coco is starting to fit into, like, this little trio of, like, fantasy girls kinda or, like, just, like, really popular, uh, female MCs, and I think it's really nice to see that shift because, I think in a lot of animation that there's been, like, this rule that's been brought up, I forgot what it was. Uh, yeah, okay. What is it? The Bechtel test? Uh So, like, I found out about this a while ago, and essentially what it is like it's like a test for how female characters are written in media and how like 90% of media actually, or at least movies in Hollywood have failed to do like to pass the test. And it says, does the two female characters, it must feature at least two female characters. Uh, the women must have like two direct conversation, and their discussion must be on the topic that does not revolve around male characters. Does Invincible? I don't fucking know. I mean, they talk about Mark a lot, so I don't know. I don't but I think that it's interesting because, like, it kinda shows how a lot of times that women like, female characters are not as prominent in mainstream media or they get pushed aside. So, it often feels like there's some characters that feel the need to go against traditional femininity, and it ends up coming off as like iffy because you like it's nice to have like a strong independent woman, but I think it's also important to not erase certain aspects of women. That's why they're doing the same thing. I'll probably get to that in a sec. Uh, and so to see shows like Witch Hat Atelier, Frieren, and Mau and Apothecary Diaries get like like have a fan base that essentially makes it easier for like girls to be able to point towards the show and be like, yes, like she's also like me, like a girl, you know. Like it's weird to think about, like, because it's such a simple thing, but it can mean a lot to like that demographic to know that you're like represented in some way. Like Mao Mao doesn't go against like when they fight the stereotypical like damsel in distress or protagonist, it's not because they're actively trying to do it. It's because like they're vulnerable with their emotions in some way, and it makes them relatable. And or like they're just themselves, I guess. Because Mao, I don't know. I would say that like because they're just themselves, whether it's more vulnerable or strong, I think that it makes them very inspiring to a certain demographic that has felt left out of media for so long. And I think that Witch Hat Atelier is very special in that regard. Not gonna lie, yeah. So I dropped the Angel Next Door at season 2, episode 4. Like they're doing the same thing. Um, I feel like that's kind of part of the course for like romance animes. Honestly, I will say the season 1 did come off a lot stronger with how fast they were moving things, but uh, I'd say like I'd be able to watch the second season of it. Like, I'm not as addicted, but I do find it nice to see, like, the couple just kind of enjoy themselves, you know? I think that's, like, one of those things where it's very hit or miss for people. Like, when the couple gets together too fast, it could be, like, not enjoyable to watch because the original appeal was, like, the attraction between the 2 main characters, but, for me, I like seeing that and then how the couple interacts in certain situations. But I could definitely understand the take of it being repetitive. Like, I wouldn't say this is like one of my favorites of all time, but a lot of people like it. Uh, Gals can't be kind to otaku or otakugaru. This one is one of those shows where yeah, I don't really know what to say. I think Mimi Yori, I've mentioned her before in my videos when it came to like Rent a Girlfriend. She made an interesting video talking about what is it? The Otakugaru anime. Like, hold up. Oh my god, wait, Mimi Yori made a video talking about Your Name being overrated? I need to watch that shit. I need to watch that shit in my free time. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Either I'm getting fucking clickbaited or she actually agrees with my fucking opinion and I need to watch this fucking video. Hold up. No, 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 dude, you don't understand. I've seen motherfuckers say that Your Name is, like, the best anime movie of all time, and that, like, what is it? Yeah, that, like, it's the best anime movie of all time, better than a Silent Voice, and I say, "Bro, chill out with the glaze." Hold on, Quanti's told me to check his days. Quanti Thursday. Do you care? What what are these options? Oh, someone says I'm hold up. Ignoring chat. I mean like original I mean like anime original projects, not like Gurren Lagann where it's just like it had an anime beforehand. I want to eat your pancreas and silent voice is better, not gonna lie. Dude, I just okay. My issue with your name is that it it, it has like such an unrealistic romance. Like it is so like the romance is so forced to me. Like this could have been a great like dimensional anime or something like that, like whatever. Like the concept is interesting, right? But then you get this romance jammed into the fucking movie and you think to yourself, "Why is this here?" Like this the main character has a crush on his coworker and then like out of nowhere some girl he's never met before doesn't even know what she looks like or how she really acts. All of a sudden, he's just like, "Oh, I think I'm starting to fall in love with this girl." And like the coworker is just like, "Yeah, you look like you've fallen in love with someone." Bitch, how? With what chemistry? And then he like it's one thing to like be noble and want to save the entirety of this small town you've never heard of. And but then like they try to romanticize that by having these two like each other and then have to look for each other after everything's been resolved. It's just like what's the point of this? Oh shit, I clicked on the wrong one. What am I looking at, Quanti? All right, the Tomodachi like is that supposed to be something I recognize? And then like the Tomodachi life gift or the Pokemon thing? I'm looking at your day, Quanti Thursdays. But I didn't said to check my day. I said, "Oh my days." Oh. Fuck, I looked at your days though. I saw your Pokemon design shit. I did that's my bad, bro. But anyway, Otaku Garu. I would say that for Otaku Garu, it's just one of those animes that like it feels good to watch. Oh, and I it's just like I like both the main characters and or like the two main girls, and I like how they're able to interact with each other like as friends without like letting this man get in the way of them. Like they're all just chill. Yo, I don't think I watched this episode. No, I did. Okay, I did. Did I? What the fuck? Yo, I did not watch this video. I did not watch this episode. Fuck, 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 fuck. Okay, but that's embarrassing. I thought I did. Why the fuck did it say that I watched this? Okay. I watched some of it. Like, I guess I watched up to this point. after finishing eh, after finishing the quintessential quintuplets is this one. Well, the thing is, here's the thing. The reason why I could tell you that love triangles are like this one is like different is because the thing is they aren't like trying to win the affection of this guy. You know, it's more so like they open themselves up to this person and they become friends. Like it's not rushing into romance at all. Also, it is the TTQQ means quintessential quintuplets, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Dude, quintessential quintuplets was one of the first seasonal anime I ever watched. In like winter of 2021. I think it was season 2. So that shit is like nostalgic for me. The only reason I have a hard time recommending it for you, Ivy, is because it is a little fan servicey, so I feel like you should wait a little bit before you watch it. Why do you feel so sad? Did something happen to you? So yeah. Uh I would say, oh, what anime is it? But yeah, when it comes to love triangles, I can't really think of many because the thing is for me with love triangles, it's usually obvious who wins. Uh oh, 86. I have not seen 86. I won't lie. But for love, the thing is that separates this from like your average quote unquote love triangle. Uh Solo leveling. What the fuck does solo leveling have to do with 86? Are they like made by the same studio? Is this why you've been fucking talking about solo leveling in my chat so much? But yeah, the thing that separates otaku garu from like your average love triangle is that it doesn't really start off as like a romance because it is more. I would say this shit's more so a slice of life rather than just like a romance love triangle. Because these people don't like they like kind of show hints of crushing, but they're not necessarily trying to like win the affection of this guy. You know, you just kind of have like this nerd who they call otaku. And then you just have like two girls that feel really comfortable around him and they just do things like, you know, go to the beach, go or like in the case of this girl right here, they talk about anime and they enjoy themselves like life. And then, you know, the other friend just wanting to hang out with this little otaku, they just kind of they're chill. Like it's not one of those things where it's high tension or you're like rooting for someone. It's just a good vibe anime, you know? The my favorite romance in recent times, or like one of my favorite romances in recent time has like Blue Box. It's also like a love triangle, but like it's pretty obvious who's gonna win. And I think the way they handle the idea of a losing heroine is so interesting. Uh, only losing like Makain. Um, right now Otaku Garu is only at episode 8 out of like I don't know, maybe 12, maybe 13 episodes. But it's pretty good. Like I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to, cuz I have not had good experiences with Garu anime. Like I remember My first girlfriend's a gal. That shit is, like, creepy at times, and, like, I don't know, it's a little creepy. And then there was this other one where it was called Our Dating Story, The Inexperienced Me and the inexperienced you and the experienced me or some shit like that. It was also one where the main girl was like a garu and it just wasn't interesting. Like this is the first time I've watched a garu anime and I've actually like enjoyed it. Fire. If I ever stream again and you're caught up to it, let me know what you think. Okay. So Ramparts of Ice is actually no, I forgot about Love Toxin. Um, Marriage Toxin. Fuck. I am officially caught up to Marriage Toxin. Uh, I would say I think that this new episode they had was actually one of the better ones because it follows the premise of one of the main characters' friends getting married. What the fuck? Unless it's not because new episodes have been dropping. When did this drop? Why am I so behind? What the fuck? I was caught up on this shit like 2 days ago. When does this shit drop? Tuesday. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, so I'm not caught up to it, I guess. Otaku Garu, I am caught up to. It is coming out tomorrow. I know that much, thanks to my other website. But the premise of this is that the main character's best friend is getting married. Or like, yeah, one of his best friends is getting married. Uh, and I think that, it's one of those episodes where I'm glad it doesn't focus on the girls. Only because, I talked about this a little bit, but the way that the show is going, you get introduced to a new girl every episode, or like every. I guess that's like what I'm assuming it is, like new girls, new mission, and so it leads to essentially a feeling that each arc feels a little episodic because you get introduced to like girls like Himikawa. Oh no, like Himikawa, the orange-haired girl, she was introduced around like episode 3 and I really liked her personality and then immediately got replaced with this girl right here like the next episode. And I don't think they brought up any mention of Himikawa and I hate when fucking anime do that. Like why are you introducing a character if you're just going to blatant like cuz why make a character feel super important and then just blatantly ignore them for the entirety of like the season possibly? Like, not even, like, a mention of her or, like, how the main character's grown. Like, it's one of those shows where it feels enjoyable to watch, like, I don't hate my experience with it, but I don't know. It's one of those shows where right now it feels like average and it feels like it's going to be episodic. And the only reason I don't like that is because it's the main reason I had a hard time watching Spy Family because it didn't feel like there was progress being made in any mission besides the fact, oh, this person is slightly growing as a person, but how are we going to showcase that change? Which is why I like this particular episode because it shows something that is going to forever change and could be referenced later on in the future with this character's best friend getting married, who was like a big part of the first episode, encouraging uh Giro, I think I think it's Giro, to like go on this mission to then get married, you know? And so I think that kind of building on a character we've seen before in the past and showing real progress and how someone's changed their perspective on things like marriage and their goals, I think that it makes this feel very impactful. And I hope that later on in the series it gets more mention. And if so, then I'm excited. But if it turns out to just be like episodic, like villain of the week, because this is also like just a completely new guy that was brought in, then so it's gonna be a bit of a hard thing to watch. Go for it, Nakamura. I think I'm one episode behind because an episode came out before I end up watching, like starting stream, and I noticed that because I was catching up with the Angel Next Door's spoils me rotten. Episode 10, damn, I didn't even realize. Also, I just love it when animes like release their dubs at the same time as like the Japanese because it makes it easier to catch up with, you know, because the thing is, with the amount of shows I watch, sometimes it's a little hard to, like, just stare at the screen 24/7 because like, you could miss an important line if you're not, like, looking, and maybe sometimes you just get a little sidetracked. Like, it's not like I use it as an excuse to not watch the show, but just having the dub there is nice because it makes it easier to, like, focus on all the different parts of the show, like the animation or background drops, all that kinda stuff. You know, we had our Cul I guess this is the second anime I watched that ended up with, the Culture Festival episode next to The Angel Next Door. Rip, I was gonna watch this shit and the animation is kinda old. Is it a romance? Yeah, well, yeah, so the premise of this it's a boy love. It's my first ever boy love. But it's more so in the sense of, like, Ranma 1/2, where there is a romance there, like, it is brought up, but a lot of the enjoyment comes more from slapstick comedy rather than drama, you know, because it's about this kid, Nakamura, who has a crush on this guy, Hirose, and he basically starts off as, like, a nobody, and he has to try and, like, gain the attention of this cool guy, Hirose. But it also has a lot of different moments, like, his obsession with, what is it? Octopus or octopi, uh, and then him meeting someone who's, like, a manga artist. Like, this particular episode is about the culture festival, and he ends up getting forced to what is it? Play Alright, he starts to actually question his sexuality because he meets his crush's sister. But he thought that it was his crush, so he and then realized it was a woman. He's like, "Oh my god, am I a bisexual?" And, he has to, like he questions his loyalty for a second, and then it leads to him getting, dropped into, some play where he sees his, crush cross-dressing. Good stuff, good stuff. This is the shit I look for in a season. I think for me, I've talked about this on stream a little bit. I've talked about this, but I've had a hard time going into shows, like, or learning how to approach the boy love genre because it feels uncomfortable to watch at times because there's, like, this, I don't know. It's weird seeing how the stereotype of, like, yaoi girls, and it's kind of, like, ruined my perception of, like, boy love, but hearing about Go For It Nakamura-kun, I think seeing it and being able to see an organic anime where it's just, like, a guy who happens to like another guy in a format that I'm comfortable and familiar with is so, like, refreshing. So, I'm just happy that I've gotten this exposure, and another thing that attracted me was the art style because, I've been a big fan of Ranma 1/2 ever since it came out, and the art style replicates that '80s art style that Ranma originated from, which made it so easy to get into it. But yeah, I honestly I don't know. I think that if you enjoy Ranma 1/2, this could be, like, one of those shows where you could, just pick it up and watch it, like, uh but even then, if you're also someone who's curious about the boy love genre, and maybe you think that it's, like, just filled with weird yaoi girls who are, like, scary sometimes with their libido, then, maybe this could, like, tear apart some stereotypes that people talk about, you know? Not that there aren't other series that could do that, but I think that Nakamura is one of those gateway shows, and I've enjoyed it a lot this season. Alright. Next is alright. I talked about this one before, nothing much has changed. I might honestly drop it low key, I'm not interested in watching it. The art style and the characters, something about it just doesn't sit with me. The only reason I watched it was because Ian Sinclair is, like, the narrator, but, mm, feels like it's not my quite my demographic, I guess. What anime didn't I talk about yet? The Ramparts of Ice. Ooh. This one, I think, my favorite ending song of this season is the one from Marriage Toxin, but this is a close second. So, if the art style looks familiar to you, it's because it's made by the same author as You and I Are Polar Opposites, and that author has been going fucking crazy, bro. Like, I don't know when this is coming out, like, season 2. Oh, I guess. That's understandable. I only just got out of school, so I have a lot more time to focus on watching videos or, like, watching anime and, start focusing on videos more. So, yeah. Season 2 already. Yo, this author, like, what is this author's name again? Agasawa. Bro, Agasawa is going fucking crazy. Like, see, you're telling me season 1 of your series is coming out of, like, one of your series is coming out winter 2025, and then you get your other work adapted with Ramparts of Ice, and now that previous season is getting adapted for season 2, back to back to back seasons of your shit being adapted. That is some fucking generational shit right there, bro. And the crazy thing is, Ramparts of Ice was just a show I randomly came across because I saw that the main girl from You and I Are Polar Opposites was like had a cameo in it, and they like what is it? And the main character of Ramparts of Ice had a cameo in You and I Are Polar Opposites. I thought that was cool as fuck because they take place in the same universe. So I was just like, okay, yeah, let me watch this and see what's going on. And then I didn't like I ended up loving this show a lot. It's really enjoyable. It kinda deals with, like this is one of those shows where this is like that more of the drama, like that drama of the season that you need. Are you skipping school to watch my stream right now? You haven't finished it? Ooh, no, dude. Okay. I this is more my lane. Like, I enjoy drama that is, like, hopeful, you know? Like, there's a sense of hope there. Like, I don't like seeing characters get beat down, like, completely torn down. I like when they're a little more like, oh, they're tested and then they come back from it stronger. I've talked about why that's why I love Akasaka's writing so much. But for Ramparts of Ice, it's just like one of those things where there's this sort of I don't even want to say like sad tone. It's just calm, you know? Like each character improves, but it also isn't treated as like this dramatic thing. It always feels like the first step towards something greater. And it makes it so addicting to watch. And it's the same way with You and I Are Polar Opposites. There are changes in these characters, but it doesn't feel like it's the end of their characters or like you could just end it. It feels like there's so much more to build on, and, like, there is, like, that hint of romance in the background, but it's also, like, not the main focus. Like, seeing the main character of this show kind of also, I'm just gonna search up her name. Also, was it Asagawa? Agasawa? The fact that she was able to write 2 main characters that are exact opposites of each other is so impressive because both of them are really good. Both of them are really enjoyable main characters. Yeah, Hikawa, bro, I love Hikawa because she's one of those characters that feels like very introverted, but she's also socially aware of the things around her. Like she's not one of those edgy introverted characters or like pretends like she doesn't understand anything. It's just one of those things where she has like low social battery or like gets nervous around other people. And I think that it's so not like refreshing to see someone like that, you know? And, also, I as you've noticed, I've had a hard time struggling keeping up with names. It's also because this one is, like, such a fresh one that, like, it's hard for me to, like, keep track of all the characters' names. Anime Kai, oh, yeah. I was introduced to Anime Kai, like, a week before. I didn't, like what was it? I was introduced to Anime Kai, like, a week before it got shut down because, like, Crunchyroll had that whole anime site genocide. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to pronounce your username. So if you could do like the phonetics on it, like how to pronounce it, that would be very useful because I feel bad not like knowing how to pronounce it. As we transition into the last anime and probably the most important one of the stream for very specific reasons. 9 anime got caught in that. I was surprised that anime was still caught up, was still, like, up. Hello, Quanti. The reason my screen is black are we watching I do plan on watching it. Timeline settings. Okay, I'm almost done. I just need to do something else, and then we will be ready. Alright, Alright, guys, so you might be a little confused on what's going on. So, I am in the middle of making a needy girl overdose video, and I recorded my entire reaction and watch session to this anime, but funny thing, I deleted my reaction. So, for the sake of the video, um, I'm going to recreate my reaction to certain scenes. And this is also going to be proof that I watched the show. I don't know how the footage got deleted because when I pressed the recording button, just didn't show up in my files. This is my face right there. The only footage I have of my face cam and mic on during the recording, gone. I don't know where it went. It's gone. You know, Needy Streamer Overload is one of those games where it's so short that I don't really know how they're gonna. Should you watch Tomo's B-side? It's pretty cool. Not like one of my go-tos, but it's all right. Let me do this. Chat, is this entertaining? Is this entertaining, chat? Is this very funny? Awesome? Is it even fucking recording? No, I think the thing crashed. Oh, no, it only records it when it's there we go. Copyright, guys. Oopsie. Wow, nothing to see here. Alright, let's go to the next important scene. There's honestly not as much to cover as you think. Because I'm probably only gonna keep the important stuff in. With her dark starring. Oh, yeah, I thought the same thing too. Alright, we're at the next scene. Let's see. I don't even remember what I said during I'm not even gonna lie. There's multiple parts that I can sort of remember, and some that I don't remember at all. Because it's the only way I can fast forward properly without it, like, you know, having to go on a normal website and do it. You know, yeah, I just remembered I made a joke about drugs in the first I made a joke about drugs in the first opening part when she hit 10 mil. Hold on, where was it? I need to find it. I need to find that I just remembered that I made a joke about that. Oh, because I muted the audio. I was about to say, why is nothing playing? Hold up, hold up. Uh, dude, I was so devastated when like, here I found it. 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 Hold up. I don't know if you guys are.
K Angel, you've streamed while overdosing on medication before. What's your opinion on the
Hold up. No, I fucked up.
most
Because that's how
Okay, it was around this timestamp.
it's not like I told them to do it. Like for me to head.
Tatsuya Kitani. Yeah, I forgot that was the reaction I had.
Looks bad.
Just for extra measures, I'm gonna mute the fucking thing. So you're telling me even though this girl, right? So you're telling me that even though K Angel is getting stabbed, these people are literally just standing there. Like they're actually just watching this shit and doing nothing whatsoever. Oh yeah, it's that. And honestly, for the rest, my reactions were low-key just kind of bland up until, oh my fucking god, episode 6. Episode 6 literally fucking killed me, bro. There were I I paused it multiple times because dude, I don't have my reaction, but episode 6 was essentially like the main group's like backstory. Like what, or I don't even know if you can call it a fucking backstory. Bro, there were so many things going on. Someone was opening a door for 2.5 minutes. Yeah, this is me fucking like the I pause here because I was just like, oh! Like I was watching this for 6 hours. No. I was watching 6 episodes back to back, and I couldn't take it anymore, bro. Like there was no cohesion whatsoever. It was all random, and it had nothing to do with the fucking plot. Yo, where's it? Like, yeah. So I was like heavily debating whether I even continue to fucking watch this after this episode. I was just like, because originally the idea was I was gonna watch all 8 episodes, but I just had to go like, nope, I'm done. I'm done. It's not happening. It's over. It's over, man. It's not happening. Like, here's the thing. Kachi's interesting because she's also like in a relationship where she's in a toxic relationship, right? Like she's with this random douchebag and he has like no promise whatsoever, and she's out there like giving a like pretending to be this person so that she can make money. That's very similar to K Angel. But uh, she's not even like the main focus sometimes. Like it's usually like the group of people, the I don't even know what they're called, bro. And her crashing out on her boyfriend is like the equivalent to K Angel throwing away that innocent facade that she had and starting to like be her real self at some point that the game references. So yeah, no. Kachi is like the saving grace of this show, really, when it comes to the original content. I also brought this up before. I like it better when this group of randos are just being Kachi's friend rather than the main focus because they don't bring anything to the table. And I think that it characterizes them more than when the show tries to force a backstory down our throat. Um, yeah, that's basically my thoughts. I'm going to get the Google tab open again. Oh, it has it open already. So yeah, Needy Girl Overdose. I'm like a few episodes behind. I'm not interested in it so far, unfortunately. I think that it really just boils down to that it doesn't feel like a an adaptation of its original source material, and the references are so few that it doesn't even like as someone who recently played the game just for the sake of understanding this anime more, it doesn't feel like worth it, unfortunately. Bit of a sour note to end on, but later on this week I intend to finish off I intend to finish off the rest of the endings for Needy Streamer Overload, and that'll be the end of my journey with this franchise. I'm a little undecided of when that's going to happen. It could be like this Friday. It could be next Wednesday, next Friday, whatever I decide. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be streaming with Boingo for with Persona 5 unless something comes up again, which I wouldn't put it past me or him. So, yeah, as always, thank you guys for tuning into stream. And this was one of those good streams where, a couple things did go wrong, but it feels good to get into the group of things again with the seasonal anime. Uh, we, d- I wasn't expecting the stream to be as long as it was, but if it wasn't for the fact that I actually pressed recording on Twitch earlier, this would be a 2-hour stream basically. So yeah, I'll see you guys around. Thank you to all viewers, new and old. Hope to see you around for the next stream.